Welcome. Here we are, DreamLeague Season 11, the Stockholm Major, Winners Bracket, Vici Gaming versus the PSG.LGD. Round 2 in the Winners Bracket, if I remember correctly. If I also remember correctly, my name is Acrillus. Welcome to the cast. I will be covering pretty much all of the Winners Bracket coverage for this major as a project, not professionally or anything like that. So keep it on the down low. Otherwise, let's get into this game right here. Take a look at both the teams here. Both Chinese teams, I believe, right? Yeah. So, I mean, it should be a pretty good fight overall. I think these teams are probably accustomed to playing against each other, so we'll see some pretty advanced play. Get straight into the bans, though, as we see the Chen ban almost immediately. LGD pretty much still in that mindset that Chen is way too strong and needs to be banned every time. A reasonable mindset, though, it has gone from like being 100% picked or banned in games to like being like 80 or 90%. And when I mean games, I mean games in this tournament, not like in the game overall. But yeah, pretty popular. So that gets removed immediately. Another pretty popular pick is the Pangolier here. So Vici Gaming gonna deny that out. Swashbuckle, as was the Lucky Shot, making it really nice and easy to lane, as well as land CC. And the follow up from the Rolling Thunder in team fights is pretty overwhelming. So Vici Gaming want to keep that out of the mix as LGD respond with the Troll ban, trying to keep one of those pivotal carries out of the way. And the response from Vici Gaming is to remove the complements Troll, Oracle. Not to be confused as just the overall complement to just Troll, but very good support nonetheless in pretty much most phases of the game. Has been increasingly popular nowadays since we're kind of moving into a more of aggressive meta, but like people are still also committing to farming items occasionally. So like we're in that like weird mix where people are trying both aggressive strategies and late game strategies, but it's like that cycle. We started in when the meta shifted to Viper picks, everyone's just going for like late game, late game, late game, or like at the very beginning everyone was just shooting things off and like this is busted, we're gonna kill you in 20 minutes and stuff like that, and then everyone's like, oh, hang on, let's hold on the brakes here. I got Viper mid, I'll buy an Atos and farm jungle for 20 minutes and have my lifesteal by Radiance. So that's how the meta shifted, and then it's changed to like, oh, everyone's playing late game now, cool, now I can be super aggressive and end the game in 20 minutes. So kind of kind of cool for seeing the teams keeping up with the meta here as the immediate Magnus pickup for LGD. A pretty favorite pick for LGD. They used it as both the, I think, position 4 or position 3 too. Chalice being the last one to play Magnus on LGD if I remember correctly, so possibility could be offlane pick or the immediate position 4 pick. Either way, it's pretty flexible, so the only thing it's going to let V2 Gaming users know is that LGD are looking for a later game carry, or a carry that benefits greatly from the Empower. So Juggernaut, PA, and what better against a Juggernaut than a Rubik, which is the pickup. Telekinesis also being a pretty great tool, as well as Spell Steal, just making it easier to turn games around, as the RP is possibility getting stolen. Surprising that LGD didn't think of that in advance, as I feel like a lot of Chinese players play a lot of Rubik, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll see if it ends out. Regarding the other bans, not really too important overall. The Razor denied mid, so I mean it's been a pretty popular overall, and it's like one of those things that was okay as a late game option mid, but now is really good because it like you want your mid laner to fight with you after like 10 minutes when he gets his ulti. So things are looking better for Razor, so they keep him out of the game. Bounty Hunter response ban from LGD prevent the pretty kind of cheesy way of laning for Bounty Hunter, where you kind of just sit in lane for the XP, try to get a last every now and then, and just go for the Janata steal for the gold. Which is weird. Take a look at the other picks here as, yep, the PA comes in. One of those heroes that is complemented by the Empower. And is also a pretty good response to the Rubik and Disruptor picks, both pretty squishy heroes overall, so if PA hits level 6, would have a really decent chance at killing a Rubik or a Disruptor if the Phantom Assassin blink strikes on them, but that's going to be clearly picked up by Ame here. Should be pretty good overall, as the two we have on LGD is pretty strong. Disruptor, not the usual pick, I think, for Vici Gaming, right? as a Doom ban comes out from PSG.LGD, looking to just lock out a very offensive offlane pick. That does counter PA. Batrider's still in the mix though, so that's also a possibility.
10 seconds remaining.
Less of a possibility since Magnus is here, and if you put Magnus in an offlane against Batrider, it's pretty easy to kill him, right? Bane. Oh, Bane. Why did I do that? But the Bane ban to essentially deny like single target crowd
10
control,
seconds remaining.
which kind of indicates that Vici Gaming are maybe going for something like a Spectre strat or like
5 seconds remaining.
a really pivotal hard carry strat, like potentially like maybe a Terrorblade or a Lifestealer. Not the best lane partners for a Lifestealer with those two picks, however. Look pretty aggressive, though. They can fashion kind of a pseudo tri-lane out of this. Telekinesis with a kinetic field, going to keep them in place for a good amount of time. If they go for the Jug pick here, this would be pretty nice. Yes, the Batrider gets cancelled out, yeah. Batrider's still pretty potent as a general laner overall, and Lasso is really, really good in this game right now. We'll see what the response is from Vici Gaming. But like I said, potential to try lane here. Might set up for like a later game carry than Phantom Assassin, but that doesn't seem like the choice that Vici Gaming should go for, since PA is going to start farming way earlier than what normally is when she gets a Battle Fury. So we can expect the game to be pretty accelerated, which is why the Pugna pick comes out. Yeah, Vici Gaming kind of fearing a lot of heroes with elements of split push, which could also mean a Leshrac is coming into the mix soon. I'd expect it to be honest with you. Leshrac, Nature's Prophet, and Lone Druid have been left out of the mix so far. What else is good? Shadow Shaman has been left out too, so a Shadow Shaman pick might be potentially good here. As a Necrophos pick comes out from Vici Gaming. Most likely going to be mid, though that can be flexed to offlane. I'm not a fan of the Necrophos. Let me be very clear. I'm not a fan. Reason being because Necrophos is completely dedicated to one, like sustaining and staying in lane and just being overall annoying in lane. And then two, kind of just using his items to generate a lead in combination with his ultimate, the Scythe. And that's cool if you want to get like single target picks and stuff like that, but in this meta, the Necro is just so bad for the rest of the fight, you know? Like you get Scythe off and that's cool. And it's cool against comps like what EG ran that one time against Keen Gaming where they ran like just the Ursa and everything else was all CC. And that would work. You mean you just Scythe the Ursa and like when he's low and he's gone from the game and the rest of the team is easy cleanup, but I mean, against these choices, like a Necrophos against a PA Magnus, aren't you just gonna get like skewered back, slowed down from Dagger, and just like stuck overall? I don't know. Maybe Vici Gaming are confident that the support picks are gonna be able to mitigate how much damage the Necrophos receives, as well as the Ghost Shroud, gonna be a pretty good factor. Could potentially see a different build too as well if Necrophos tries to go for like, I don't know, maybe Guardian's Greaves. Usually it's kind of like the Veil or the Dagon pick. Or I've even seen like straight up ag sometimes. But I doubt we're gonna see like an aggressive item choice from the Necrophos. I think it's probably gonna go off lane. Yang might pick it up, or could possibly be mid for Ori. One of the two. I don't. I'm not a fan either way, but LGD committing a lot of reserve time here for this next pick, really deliberating on what exactly that Necrophos pick means and how it's going to shape their draft. We'll see what they decide to do here in just a couple seconds as they do. Commit for Grimstroke. That's nice. All right, good pick, good pick. Pretty good crown control overall, especially in combination with either the Blink Strike from the PA or the Magnus skewer combined with the RP. Leads for a lot of combo potential here with that pick. Also leaves the lockout for them picking it, because double Scythe is pretty broken with the Grimstroke ultimate.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. A double Glimpse too is pretty gross. A double Telekinesis is pretty gross. I think LGD were kind of weighing their decisions and figure out whether or not taking the Grimstroke away was worth it, potentially, or if that's like Either they're thinking about what they want to take away from Vici Gaming, or they're thinking about what adds to their composition here. And that's going to be more evident as the draft goes on. Um, we'll see what happens. I am on the side that's leaning that this is just a good compliment overall for PSG.LGD. Like it denies
Dire
the
team's turn to pick.
a lot of like pretty much every single person on what? Why? Eh, yeah, all right. I mean, the Morphling pick comes out, Vici Gaming. They could definitely play that either safe lane or mid. With the Necrophos in play, those options become more or less likely. I don't know. Um,
10 seconds remaining.
I think it's gonna be Paparazzi in the Morphling.
5 seconds
Ooh, but
remaining.
Ori's Morphling is pretty good too. We'll see what LGD decide on here. That might indicate something in the draft of whether or not LGD are going to make an assumption out of lane assignments here. I mean, most popularly, the Morphling's going to go hard carry, right? Because you go shotgun Morphling build, you accelerate pretty early, past like what the Phantom Assassin can get to with
Radiant
Empower
team's
before he
turn
gets
to
like a
ban.
big lead. If you do well in lane, as the Nyx Assassin comes out, pretty relevant counter to Morphling, I guess. Spike Carapace just being an instant stun, and for a lot of these members here, you can get a surprise stun on a lot of people. I'm not sure. I don't think Spike Carapace procs off a Hard Stop Aurora. Can't proc off a Death Pulse though. If the Necrophos opts for Radiance in
10
the
seconds
near future,
remaining.
could also proc off of that. Procs off a Fade Bolt from Rubric,
5
Static Storm
seconds
from
remaining.
Disruptor, Thunder Strike from Disruptor, Morphling with the Adaptive Strike and the auto attacks. I don't think the waveform lets him see it stunned in it, so that's not going to be one of the possibilities. But I mean, two very strong supports to counter a lot of the early game aggression that
Dire
this
team
Vici
ban.
Gaming comp has, as Vici Gaming opting to take the death profit out of the mix. So, and a consistent mid laner that has good wave clear, that also does well in fights, but contributes to taking objectives. That's what Death Profit was here for them. And Pugna was
Dire
too.
team's turn to pick.
As the ban for Ember Spirit comes out for PSG.LGD. So I think they're kind of confused too.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
I think, okay, yeah. So Ember is also one of the heroes like Morphling that can be flex safer mid. So they kind of want to take both out of the mix so they don't have to make a guess as to what is better or worse for them in the mid lane. As the Ancient Apparition pick from LGD. What? So wait, so what is XM playing? Is he playing mid Magnus? Or is that mid Grimstroke?
10 seconds remaining.
It has to be mid Grimstroke, right?
5 seconds remaining.
That has to be, because Chalice has to. Yeah, so the Ancient Apparition has to be. What? Oi! These games and these tournaments are just so confusing. Draft is just crazy. Okay, let's bounce off ideas here. The Grimstroke pick came after the Necrophos, which means it's a response to Necrophos, which means it should be the position 5, which means the AA lanes together with the Magnus or the Nyx. No, because okay, so there's two range supports here. Two possibilities in mid. Magnus or Grimstroke, I think, are the biggest possibilities. As Vici Gaming are using up the rest of reserve time, thank you very much. But Magnus and Grimstroke are the highest possibility for mid here. If we look at the rest of the mix, Nyx is most definitely a 4. Ancient Apparition is probably most definitely a 5, which means it's Grimstroke mid, right? I mean, there's a way higher chance it's Grimstroke mid than AA mid. Like, Ice Blast is good and all, but trying to reliably hit it globally is not good. But it is good against these heroes. One, good against Necrophos since it pretty much disables healing if you tag it on him. Two, good for Morphling because it has that shatter where you die at a certain health percentage. So regardless of how much strength Morphling has, as long as he's at 10% health, he'll die. As
Choose
the
your
Centaur
hero.
Warrunner is picked up as the last pick. So yep, looks like that was going to be a mid Necrophos. Coming in for Ori here as Paparazzi picks up that safe lane Morphling. Centaur Warrunner going to obviously be the position 3. Another pretty unique choice as Xnova. Okay. Oh no. Ay ay ay. What? Okay. I want to see how this comes out. So, cause XM is a mid laner for LGD right now, and he picked up the Ancient Apparition. X Nova is on the Grimstroke. Ame is obviously on the PA. Nobody cares. Chalice on the Nyx Assassin and FY on the Magnus. So it's position 3 Nyx Assassin, position 4 Magnus.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
My head hurts. Oi, but yeah, DY gonna pick up the Disruptor for the position 5 as the Rubik gets picked up for position 4. Telekinesis obviously gonna be a little more handy in delivering targets to Centaur than the less reliable kinetic field and glimpse. But yeah, if I'm trying to anticipate how these lanes go, X Nova combos with Ame for the combo onto the Centaur or Fade. So Fade's gonna die a lot in lane. Yang has to get the Hoof Stomp on to help him. Oh, but if they get a pretty prompt Blink Strike, like right as the Inkswell is about to pop, then they get a good stun, but they don't get the damage. Well, I mean, they won't get the damage if they blink immediately, though, because the Telekinesis is going to put them away, as will the Hoof Stomp. So, yeah, so Fade might die a lot in lane. Mid lane is X. Okay, we're going to leave that for the end. Safe lane for Vici Gaming. The Morphling with the Disruptor against the Magnus Nyx combo. Nyx is very potent against Morphling. Disruptor is very potent against those two because it's just like really strong laning pressure, and against two melees, it's very difficult for them to do anything about it. But yeah, I mean that's
The
my
perfect
expectations for this
battle.
game. Hopefully they don't come to full fruition, but well, we'll see. I expect a pretty good game here from both sides. Should be pretty exciting as they've already decided to prove me wrong by putting Paparazzi mid. XM is going to be the opponent to him. Looks like LGD pretty much laid all their cards on the table, where Vici Gaming are kind of like, hey, now we can make a change here, can't we? So that's going to be a little weird here. So if we're looking at the safe lane now, that means Chalice is together with with D or FY, who's going to go against Ori and DY. So DY against FY, so they're Phi die Phi. Okay, if these teams ever face off again,
30 seconds to battle.
whoever kills the other first in a fight will be named first when mentioning the two names together. Phi, FY, DY, Phi die. As a interesting choice. 3 members of PSG.LGD here to try and contest the rune. Quite different from the traditional setup of pressuring the opposite side of the map. Ame going to be kind of in a situation here. Yang does have return though. Spade is going to get jumped on with the Inkswell. FY going to come around for the flank with the skewer back onto him. Fade going to immediately turn around the opposite direction, but Ame's already done his damage. The kill's going to get picked up pretty cleanly. As Nova picks up first blood from PSG.LGD, and the majority of the bounty runes here for 3 in favor of LGD. So a really good start for LGD here. A nice choice to kind of depart from what is normal and go for that aggressive, safe lane fight for the bounty rune. I'm gonna still be able to. I mean, he didn't pick up all the gold on it, but that's unfortunate. So for Vici Gaming, as it looks like he's going to. Oh yeah, Fade's gonna opt to walk back in the lane because he wants to keep his teleport just in case the support TP's out, which FY has not done yet so far. So we'll see how it shapes out. Well, no, he's not keeping it in case they TP away. He's keeping it in case he dies again, I think. I think he just doesn't want to TP back to lane and die immediately because Inkswell combo with Skewer could potentially be dangerous for him. But yeah, lane not looking too good so far. We'll take a look at the opposite side of the lanes as Chalice going with the solo lane against Ori. Looks like the supports are coming mid, and we have Paparazzi with DY mid against XM. Looks like the Disruptor really not needed with the Necrophos, so they're going to pair the safe lane combo in the mid lane. That's an interesting choice by Vici Gaming. I like it a lot. I don't know why we have an AA mid. I've never seen it played before. I'm going to assume they go Atos or Yules or a combination of both for the setup. But this is going to be pretty scary here for XM. He's going to be in a pretty precarious situation in this laning phase. just a lot of potential for him to die, you know? Like, the DY is going to always pressure him with Thunder Strikes, and Adaptive Strike is always going to hit him. So, like, he's always going to be, like, slightly low health. And there's always potential for burst from both of those guys. So, I don't know. I'm not confident he'll be able to survive. Lane's going pretty well, though, for Ori here. He's really comfortably just sitting here with Heartstop Roar and picking up all that health regen. Since Heartstop Roar now has the same benefits as the old passive that Growth Shroud was, with the regen on every kill, which is nice. As FY, yep, pretty much just doing what Position 4 Magnus does, pulling all the waves, missing a last in the jungle camp, and hitting the W button whenever your PA asks for it. Yang gonna pull the rest of the wave down towards the bottom camp to bring it back towards the Radiant creep wave, as Ame does the same, kind of keeps it in place. Puts the wave in kind of a precarious position. Yang unable to pull the rest of the Radiant wave back. Though it would have been useless anyway, as Ame still had that wave sitting in front of the tower. As probably another turn of aggression here for LGD, as FY coming around through the trees, trying to get a good skewer off. Fade gonna get caught out in the trees. Hoof stomp out onto X-Nova, however, as the Inkswell comes out. Return try to finish him off as DY comes in for the gank, but the Inkswell is there on the Fade. Kill almost collected from the Shockwave, but it's not enough, unfortunately. FY gonna just run back as the right clicks aren't gonna be there to kill him. Pause quickly from FY as he seems to be having some sort of an issue. Probably just something technical. Seemed like he wasn't in full control of himself there. As Chalice, see how his lane is going if we once we go back to it. Looks like he doesn't have any regen. And there's a lot of regen on the Necro, so he's just mana burning him though. The only real damage he's taking is from right clicks and Heartstopper, right? Like, he's never really gonna take a death pulse. As mana burn's probably gonna be his oh no, his second priority here, it seems. As we approach closely to the 4-minute mark, potentially looking for river runes here. Never mind, Chalice decides not to do that with his bottle. And we'll see. Looks like LGD have vision on the bounty rune top side, so if they're going to know exactly which side the bounty rune spawns on, as the Cold Feet manages to stun Paparazzi since he doesn't care. Regen's going to show onto the bottom side. No one is aware of what exactly that rune is, but Chalice is in for a nice surprise as the Nectar of the Gods gives him his health back and his mana, more importantly. Oh, he bottled it. Oh no, that means he's going to use all his mana and then come back and then just like, oh, that's so sad. But I mean, he's playing Necro, so I mean, he deserves it. Anyways, back to this tri lane here. Pretty interesting dynamic, continuously pulling and pushing the waves around. Ame's just trying to keep it in this location, because this is close enough for his support X-Nova to just sit back and either Inkswell or just be a point for him to blink back to in case he's in trouble. So a really nice position for the wave here. As long as they maintain this, it really shouldn't be hard for Ame to continue to get farm. So the Fortify kind of breaks the equilibrium here, most likely guaranteeing the rest of the Radiant Wave going to come in unless Ame blocks it. As it does make his way into the tower. Bounty runes are going to come up though, as Vici Gaming pick up 2, 3, possibly 4. We're going to see a fat 4 here from Fade. It's FY here on the ramp looking for the counter gank on the XM, or counter gank for XM. But the aggression is stifled as Fade instead opts for the bounty rune. 4 for Vici Gaming on that turn, as LGD are on the back foot immensely now, since that gold swing is probably going to be, yep, back down to even, looks like. So the 1,000 gold lead that LGD had built up from the initial bounty rune kill has disappeared by the fact that they didn't go for the bounty rune at all. DY going to be in a bit of trouble here as the Inkswell comes out. Bad telekinesis in the wrong direction as Ame manages to still tag him with the stun. Fade, unfortunately, not getting the best telekinesis there, but good try. DY unfortunately going to be the victim. In that situation, as Paparazzi should hand his bottle off up to DY and gets the regen back. Xnova looks to be roaming back mid, potentially looking to clear out some wards as the vision is spotted on the ramp. So that's going to get denied. Fights over here along the river as Chalice gets the double damage rune first. And applause out from FY as he grabs and secures that rune away from Paparazzi, which would have been a very dangerous situation. Fade actually in the bottom lane now, looking potentially for gank as Ori does have Scythe now, so Chalice in possibly a dangerous situation. Does have Spike Carapace for the possibility of it being blocked as the Ice Blast narrowly misses. Ori not going to stay in that same location. For some reason, grouping up with his teammates into the bottom jungle of Radiant. Not sure. But first Ice Blast unfortunately failed from XM. Pretty big mana commitment with 150 mana, but he does have another Mango, as well as Bottle whenever the runes come up. So shouldn't be too hard to get the mana regen for that back up, as it is up 10 seconds again. Possibly looking for more aggression here as Chalice does have his ulti, but then not going to be used to gain vision. Instead, just going to walk down the plane open and use Thunderstrike. Does spot the other two supports though, so they do know it is solo top lane for Yang. Ame pretty comfortable now in the laning phase, yeah. Since Centaur can't really hurt him, right? As long as he properly manages the wave from the tower, so pretty good overall. Support's going to make the rotation mid though, under the cover of smoke. Vici Gaming is going to try to possibly make a move on XM as Xnova. Making the rotation, could possibly be in the neighborhood to respond to this, but he is leaving, and Fade is going for the telekinesis, unfortunately out of range as he morphs into XM, goes for the cold feet into the Ice Blast, combination on the DY. Paparazzi's in a bad situation as the Chilling Touch manages to tag him. Bit of a slight misstep here for Vici Gaming as they do manage to get XM, but unfortunately the rest of Vici Gaming take the punishment for it. I mean, really, how bad is it? Two supports in exchange for the mid laner. Ice Blast committed. PA was there for the gold though, so Ame did get the gold. He does have Empower now and ulti, so LGD could potentially look for some chance to push here, but I think he's just collecting on the wave. Yeah, probably. Yep, he's gonna leave now. Probably rotate back top. Yang. Excuse me, on the dire minion wave to deny it from beating the Radiant creeps and make it a little easier to push. But Xnova is here to get the Chalice. Vendetta actually out. Does pop tower Fade. Looks like he's on to what's happening. Yang gonna be able to pop his ulti, but gets hit by the Impalist immediately. The Shockwave gonna pull him back a little bit and reveal him, but not gonna be able to take advantage of that as the Stampede comes out. So ulti down for Yang. Could be pretty important in fighting Ame here. Xnova looking for Yang here in the trees as the Hoof does come down. Turn not going to come in yet as Ori is coming in for the rotation. 3 members of Vici Gaming here in the top lane as the other two are going for the solo lane commitment. Paparazzi are going to match this mid wave together with XM. Probably just in the neighborhood to help him out. And does have the opportunity to TP back into the top lane. So Vici Gaming are looking to pressure as much as they can here without having to actually commit to anything. Since Ame is now in the jungle and they need to get this tower so they can try and push into the top side jungle. So his stomp does go on FY. Return's going to come down too. Fade Bolt might be enough to kill him with one more auto attack as the brush stroke. Fortunately, or the stroke of fate, going to be able to slow Yang enough so that he doesn't get the last auto. Kind of close, but the Sentry Ward does spot Chalice here. The Vendetta going to be able to spot him out as he uses his Spike Carapace to deny the jump on him. Dust is available here as the Hoofstomp comes down to deny the rune. Yang picks it up, but the jump out from Blink Strike from Ame is going to try and put him down. Inkswell going to come in from Chalice to stun up Ori, but nothing else much going to happen as the Stifling Dagger slows Ori to give it the Stroke of Fate. Ice Blast going to come in. Could be an opportune moment. Ori's going to get tagged by it. Fade's going to get tagged by it as well as we see the follow-up from the rest of PSG.LGD onto Ori, and Ori is down. Probably, yep, pretty far down there now in terms of current gold. Net worth down to 3,900. Ame just now passing over and slowly creeping up on Ame as his Empower build is starting to take effect. What is he looking for items, by the way? XM is, yep, like I said, Atos is a good item. Ame gonna opt for the Yasha, probably into, I think Bash or BKB, right? That's like your go-to, I think. So that's probably the idea that they're going for. DY, gonna start laning by himself for a little bit here and get the weird. That's weird. I don't know why you would kinetic field to try and pull the wave. What? He tried to get vision, but it didn't pull him out. And yeah, he messed up. Oh well. I'm surprised this AA hasn't died more. He's died once, and he's the only person on PSG.LGD to die. So shame on you. But yeah, I mean, it's working well. He's just sitting mid. I don't know how he's getting last hits. He's got 50 last hits to Morphling 60, who has waveform to clear waves. So there's something going on here that we're not seeing. XM is just laning perfectly, I guess. I mean, he has the double null talisman, so it's still like okay, but he doesn't have any way to super clear waves. So if the Morphling's just straight pushing, shouldn't he be having the advantage? Like, I don't know why Paparazzi isn't already like removing the tower. Might just be the mid pressure. I think he's just hesitant to walk up there because Chalice is always in the area. So Stampede comes out onto the top lane. Yang in a bit of trouble as the Stifling Dagger comes in. Is it going to be a crit? Nope, unfortunately not. The Hood's there to protect him from nothing because the Stifling Dagger is physical damage, but he's alright. TP'd out safely. Pings out from... Who is that? The mid laner? Yeah. Fade? Oh no, it's just Fade. Fade's just pinging that possibly could be LGD rotating either from top to mid or mid to top, as he does manage to pick up Vendetta. Ooh, a really important skill actually. Fade gonna be able to take advantage and use his invisibility. LGD probably not gonna be prepared for this, but they do have sentry wards at some of the entrances here. He goes towards the bounty rune spot, and someone's in the area. They will spot him. FY gonna be in the area as he sees Fade passing by, right? He has to. He had to have seen him. So he knows that Fade is in the area. Yep, Chalice is going to back up as a result. He does give Chalice the empower, so I guess, yeah, the empower helps multiple people. Offlane, Nick's not too bad if you have the extra damage to maybe help clear waves, but still not the best. Chalice going to make the rotation here bottom, trying to get an Ice Blast. XM, unfortunately, going to go wide with Ice Blast, indicating the AA was mid, or he's going to let everyone know. DY in a position to try and pressure mid, so XM might be in a dangerous situation as the rest of Vici Gaming are about to collapse on this mid tower. Or are you going to play safe on the bottom tower? Well, LGD should be here to defend, but XM just can't go up. He's just too scared. DY is on the side, FY is there to try and respond, and Xnova is there too as well. Glimp's going to go back to send Xnova to the bottom lane, so he's due to go. So the Spike Carapace comes out with the return proc. Ice Blast going to go out straight into Yang. He's going to die. Ame going to Blink Strike and finish him off. Telekinesis going to come on to Ame with the stolen Ice Blast going to go out. Ame's going to get cleaned up too with the Thunder Strike finishing him off. And the Shatter, double RP on the two members of Vici Gaming. As the Impale goes out into one, Ori going to get hit. Zoned out from Static Storm, though. A pretty good one from DY. Not going to secure any kills, but make sure his carries don't get jumped on. A nice way to use Spike Carapace from Chalice, proccing it off the return hit. And a nice turnaround from Fade, stealing the Ice Blast and using it to turn around and pressure Ame. But fortunately for that, Ame did buy back, right? Yep. So that's odd. Right? Yep, he did. So, I don't know. That was weird. I don't think he should have. But he was eager to fight again. So, who knows? Good fight overall, though. Scan's going to detect Vici Gaming coming up on the side of the tower here, trying to get for an advantage. LGD, however, are also under the cover of smoke with XM. More knowledge about the location of his enemies. Fade going to get hit with a cold feet, get with Chilling Touch. Ooh, double spell cast onto the two, though. Vici Gaming going to try to stampede on out of there, but Yang's going to get hit with the Impale. What is that called? The Fate's Soulbind, right. Yang's going to get caught up by the Stroke of Fate together with the Shockwave. Going to hold him there for a good amount of time, and he's going to get collected by the rest of PSG.LGD. As Vici Gaming going to collect the bounty runes. Probably going to be another 4-person bounty rune in favor of Vici Gaming. Looks like LGD aren't going to be there in time for it, but yeah, that's the only thing keeping them in this game right now. By the way, the only reason this network graph isn't a heck of a lot more in PSG.LGD's favor is just because of the amount of bounty runes they've been getting. It sucks, but I mean, when LGD are playing this aggressively, it is also hard to time and play around bounty runes, and maybe they're just trying not to play around bounty runes this game in order to make it count more when they do. But either way, I mean, they played a lot more around bounty runes last game. As the steal comes out, cold feet gonna be for Fade. Gets that to secure last hit as LGD pretty much just staying in the jungle now. Ame is empowered, so he gets to farm as much as he wants. Yang can do that since he's a centaur, or he gets the lane pretty much, and Chalice gets to sit here. With Spike Carapace, pretty easy to escape as he gets the Vendetta off immediately. Sentry Ward gonna get spotted. Vici Gaming here. Detection, yep. Looks like the ping is out from Chalice as the mid tower finally goes down for from PSG.LGD. They eventually gave it up. I mean, you have to at some point, right? Because like there's just too much pressure. Like if you want to keep fighting for it, then they're just gonna keep playing Vici Gaming's game, right? But yeah. I mean, not much else to say about it other than that things are looking in LGD's favor, I'd say. But for some reason, Vici Gaming are still looking strong. Like, it's not over. It's in no way, like, close to being over. But LGD looking to be the better of the two in the fights as the blur from Ame to avoid the engage from Yang. Xnova here with the soul binds. Wraith onto two people. Proper to get silenced, but it gets cancelled. Cold Feet onto two people as well with the silence. Lost those two people together. And more from Paparazzi. He's stuck as the Nyx assassin. The Ice Bass comes out to finish Fade. And that's a 3 for none for PSG.LGD. An excellent execution there by Xnova. Again, that Soulbind combination together with the Wraith. The Phantom's Embrace. So here with that Cold Feet so that neither could escape. I mean, the waveform tried to come out, I think, from from Paparazzi, but it just wasn't there in time. Either that or just Soulbind wouldn't let him. But the Cold Feet was a Cold Feet combination with the Soulbind was pretty nice. I like it. The silence there, I think, to initially block the waveform, but there wasn't really much else in terms of stuns that could follow up on that. The Morphling opted for a Midas. So Morphling mid went Midas against an Ancient Apparition mid who went Atos first instead of Midas. See, that's a man who wants to fight and win. This is a man who wants to just get kills and win. Where's this man? This man just wants to farm. Chalice gets glimpsed back. The Impale not going to be on the right timing to stun him up, but yeah, good try. Overall, glimpse a little unsuccessful there. DY not as good as Xnova here in terms of the disruptor department, but still pretty good. Pop Party. See, look at this. This is the man. This is the sign of a man of greed. This man doesn't want to get kills at all. You're mid Morphling. How do you not want to get kills? I don't know. Like, with how much they've been fighting, how do you not just want to participate in fights and just adaptive strike their support and kill them? And, I don't know. There's a lot of empowers too, though. Xnova, along with XM and FY, are all really good team fighting ultis. So it makes it hard for Prop Right to get in. I understand that, but seriously, man, you're just like, I don't know. I feel like you could push yourself a little more. But it is also a riskier playstyle, playing in that way. Looks like he's gonna not opt for the Shotgun Morphling this time. Not the immediate E-Blade anyways. Could possibly go in for a Lincoln Sphere into potentially Manta or Scotty, I think. Either of the two. As the bounty runes are going to spawn in 40 seconds. Looks like Vici Gaming are going to give up that bottom tower in exchange for getting these top lane runes. The TP out from Ame, though, to try and lock things down here. DY going to get a kinetic field out onto Ame, but Ame with the blink strike instantly onto DY, who was not paying attention. Did not manage to get the glimpse off in time, so he'll have to pay for that with his life. Rest of Vici Gaming, unfortunately, seeing the death of their comrade, decided to pitch to hike up their tent and get on out of there. As the skewer blink from FY manages to catch Fade before he TPs out. The skewer gonna try to get him out of there too, but it just pushes Ame to the other side of the river. Yikes. As bounty runes are secured by LGD. Stampede's out though to try and give chase. Yang in a good position to try and get a Who Stomp out on Xnova, who's gonna guy by himself. Paparazzi gonna morph into the Grimstroke, get that ink swell down, and that's an easy kill. A support kill, but it's a kill nonetheless for the good old Morphling. 3 times kill streak to the way of him, so a good amount of gold. Looking pretty solid here. Still trying to keep up in pace with the Phantom Assassin as much as you can. Obviously, it's impossible to match the same amount of gold generation you get with Empower on a PA, but you can do what you can, and I guess, I mean, if their goal is the late game, then I guess Midas is a decent choice, but I don't know. I just want to see the Morphling doing more in this game. It just seems like he's farming so much, and then the Necro's just not doing anything either. Have I even seen a Scythe in this game? I don't think the guys pressed the button this game. Who knows? But smoke gonna come out finally from Vici Gaming. Possibly looking to press their advantage here in the mid lane, where the tier 1 tower is non-existent. Tier 1 top tower is also non-existent, so that gives them opportunity to push into the jungle, but LGD are all bottom. They're all revealed on the wards. They thought Ame was blurred up and farming the jungle, but he was just behind the rest of his team, bottom lane. So Vici Gaming unfortunately wastes that smoke, instead opt for the mid pressure
Radiant's
potentially
bottom
here.
tower's got
Oh,
problems.
instead to play the patient game and wait for someone here on the top, on the high ground. No, 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 you want to stay, you want to stay, you want to stay. Yeah,
Radiant's
yeah, yeah,
bottom
yeah,
tower
yeah,
has
yeah, you stay
fallen.
there. They don't have detection though, so, oh no, 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 they have the sentry ward. So if Chalice comes up that ramp, they know. If he doesn't come up that ramp, they don't know. Oh no, 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 that's PSG.LGD's. Wait, so VT Gamer just sitting here with no vision? What? Why? Xnova drew a straight line up. Yep, he knows where they are. They're gonna make an advance into the top side of the jungle here. Pings out indicating that they understand where they are.
Radiant's middle tower could use
As
some help.
we have both fortifies available here. LGD sitting in the mid lane, potentially waiting for a bad rotation from Vici Gaming. Ori probably going to make that mistake. Let's see it through
Radiant's
the
middle
river. Nope,
tower is
DY
under
instead opts to
attack.
drop a sentry ward just to be safe. A deep, deep ward out from G Gaming onto the ward
Radiant's
spot
middle tower
in
could
order to
use some
spot
help.
things out here for them. Give them a little more information. Only do manage to spot XM out here though, as the PA remains under the cover of darkness. Yeah, these two teams are just kind of tiptoeing around each other and trying to catch each other, like making the rotations. It seems. Vici Gaming are kind of always on the back end of it though, and with PSG.LGD having that late game scenario, it's not too great, I'll say. Like, I think Vici Gaming could potentially have a better late game than
Radiant
LGD.
structures have
It's pretty
been
close.
fortified.
I mean, if the
Radiant's
Morphling
top
has the
tower
same
deserves
amount of
just as
gold
much help
as
as the
like
bottom.
the PA and they're all like late game scenario, then the
Radiant's
Morphling can
top
definitely
tower has
kill the PA.
repair.
Like without a doubt, it's possible. But with the BKB up, it just doesn't make it easy. As Ame going for that second item BKB after the Manta. Manta there really just to purge the anything. I don't know actually. Whatever. What is a purge? What is a purge?
Radiant's
Atos?
top
Glimpse? No,
tower is
nothing.
under attack.
Stampede comes out. Action mid lane.
Radiant's
Seem
top
to be in a bit
tower
of
is
trouble,
under
XM.
attack.
Trying to cover the tower. Not much wave clear, so the 5-man VG squad
Radiant's top
is
tower
going to
deserves
jump
just
on
as
that
much help as the
opportunity.
bottom.
As the mid tier 2
Dire's
looks to
middle
be in
tower
dire
isn't
straits.
going to last
Chalice here
long.
to try and protect, but
Dire has
VG Gamer are
fortified their
instead going to make the
structures.
rotation out. The immediate spike Carapace out onto Yang as
Radiant's top tower
rest of
deserves
VG
just
Gaming
as much
fearing the
help as the
rotation. A
bottom.
3-man RP from FY. 3-man skewer straight back into the rest of the team. Maybe in a bit of a situation. Fade, unfortunately, not able to get a good RP as the steal goes off. The static storm comes in, but the soul bind is keeping 2 minutes of Vici Gaming together. They're going different ways. Ame is going to pick up another kill. X Nova is going to be in there too. And that's going to be forward to the weight of Vici Gaming. A 4-staff from Mori to try and get away, but Chalice is there to collapse. And that is a 5-man wipe for PSG.LGD. XM going to be the one to sacrifice his life for that play. The long-term play. The long-con play. Yeah. That's the point where you say worth in the chat, XM. But, yeah, pretty good there. LGD really ready to pull the trigger from like the immediate rotation straight in the mid lane. XM going for the interesting circles around the map. Looks like he's prioritizing mid while he's going to go in the bottom jungle. LGD for now just going to be content picking up this Roshan here pretty simply. Very commanding 7k lead at this point. Would be a lot larger if they weren't leaving the rest of EGM in the farm, but it is what it is. You pick a favorable fight, you get the win. Can't complain. As a haste stream picked up for Chalice. Aegis obviously going the way of Ame. A lot of vision from LGD. Crazy amounts of vision. Like, how many wards are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 sentry wards at one time. 9 sentry wards, 3 yellow wards. That's over 1200. That's over like 1100 gold for just wards. How rich is this man? Xnova really the hero of this game, I suppose. FY also probably doing his job. Never mind, he has a blink dagger to shadow amulet. I'm gonna call him a liar. As Vici Gaming possibly looking can make a catch here in the jungle. The dust comes out trying to spot Xnova, who is also stealth. Blink Hustov gonna go out onto him with the immediate telekinesis. Soulbind gonna go out, however, as the scythe finishes him off. Not really necessary, I'd say. But he is out of the fight. No buyback available as the Stampede comes down. Ice Blast straight out on Ori together with the Spirit Vessel. Chalice not going to be able to take advantage of that kill. Paparazzi, however, morphing into the Nyx Assassin going to the backline. XM Ame, however, being able to pick up the backline Ori as the kill from Paparazzi and Yang go out onto mid laner. Static Storm, however, going out onto Chalice as the blink from Ame gonna happen soon. DY gonna be the target instead as Chalice and FY looking to make that 2-man RP happen. Ame's not in the area though. There's not anyone to take advantage of that stun as DY and Fade crowd controlling Ame long enough for the rest of each gaming to escape. An excellent play made out from both of them. Wow, that's crazy. He had BKB. Oh man, yeah. I mean, there was no point in time where Fade was in vision of him. So it was just hard for Ame to be able to predict that. Like if you really wanted to if you were gunning for that RP, you would have slammed BKB and just blink striked in there immediately. I would have, honestly. I would have hit Manters. I would have hit all my buttons, honestly. I would have Lincoln's myself or Lincoln's Chalice by accident or something like that. But who knows? Ame just one slight misstep there, not too big overall. Did end up in losing a couple of kills there, which is pretty important, but a commanding 9k lead, and you really have nothing to complain about. Yeah, especially since you were like dead even like 5 minutes ago. Yikes. Vici Gaming really just shows how reliant they were on their map pressure and just having the space to farm in their jungle. Really just limiting them now since they can't even like walk up to lane without getting pressured. The very precarious here as LGD with Ame's Blur gonna look for a pick here on the DY. The blink shot comes out almost immediately. Lincoln Sphere to avoid the glimpse, but that is instead used to eat up the Link Sphere with a... What? What did he use? How did the glimpse get off on him? Oh, it's the Thunderstrike. Right, I forgot. Yeah, the Thunderstrike negates the Lincoln, so that's cool. Another quick way to negate the glimpse. Ame, if he knew that was going to happen, might have canceled his BKB, but I think he was dead. I think DY was dead either way. But a good attempt overall. The pick on the Disruptor going to leave some openings here. Chalice, though, making a very aggressive stance. Yang going to come out with the Blink Dagger Stomp, but he gets a toast up. Stampede going to get him on out of there as the Blink Strike not going to be successful from Paparazzi. More so than the Nyx Assassin using that Spike Carapace defensively. Yeah. I want to see how long I want to know how long exactly Paparazzi spends as Nyx Assassin in this game. How many times has he gotten it? This is the second or third time. But yeah, LGD with RP now available, combined with Ice Blast and the Soul Binds, two different team fighting combos that allow you to get at least one kill. I'm down for that, but LGD or not, as they opt to just make their way into the jungle. Potentially, probably just looking for the bottom wave rotation. Yep, clearing out the jungle, denying as much golden XP as they can from Vici Gaming. The minute gonna pass though, as the top jungle camp spawn, the ping's gonna come out onto the shrine to indicate that. Child's gonna get a little bit of vision on what's going on in the mid lane, but yeah. Things looking pretty bad for Vici Gaming. If we can expect a comeback, we would like to see Paparazzi do some damage instead of morphing into Nyx Assassin. If I could see a morph into the... what do we want? I mean, you morph into the Grimstroke, it's alright. I think the morph into the Grimstroke is probably the better thing. You could go the morph into the Nyx Assassin and get the Impale off, but... Excuse me, I don't expect that to go off, honestly. Smoke gonna come out though, as the Manta Illusions from the Phantom Assassin gonna clear that wave out. LGD are in a pretty safe position, drawing a line across the top side of the map. Xnova though, being the one outlier here, gonna make the rotation for these bounty runes, but he does not know that Vici Gaming are in the area. Ping out Xnova, could potentially jump on him, but Xnova knowing what's coming out. Probably expecting some signs of aggression as FY is invis with the Shadow Blade. Unfortunately for them, Xnova does manage to get spotted, hit with that Scythe, and immediate death onto him. With the blink from Chalice to go with that Impale, Static Storm's going to lock him down with the Kinetic Field. And he's going to be stuck in there. Strike's going to start out. Vici Gaming getting a good lead on this. 2 kills immediately. Buyback from both, however, as Yang gets jumped on by Ame. Blink Strike going to take him down. Ori does have a Lotus Orb to try and get out of there, but he's still rooted. TP is out from the rest to get his quick escape out as the stun does not connect, unfortunately. So, one casualty there as Yang goes down, unfortunately for them. I believe another kill went the way towards them, right? Nope. He's the only one that died. The Grimstroke and the Nyx Assassin both going down, unfortunately for them. Xnova, he just knew that Xnova was going to be on the ramp there, so he went for the Hoof Stomp without really knowing for sure if he was there. But he knew. He knew. Good of FY to be patient there. I think he could have gone for an ambitious skewer though in that situation with like a nice RP and afterwards, but The waveform from Morphling is kind of too fast, and you're kind of scared of the retaliation afterwards, since your team is
Radiant's bottom tower is
just
under
so close to
attack.
getting there, but not fully there.
Radiant's bottom tower
So,
is no more.
yeah, it's good amount of restraint from FY. I like it. As a like if you play Magnus, you need to have that kind of restraint to just be able to know when the. Oh my God!
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Why? Why? He's gone. He's gone. All that's left is that little sword. I can't even see him. Yeah, there he goes. He has buyback available, but LGD are just gonna take that one shot, puke in their little to-go bag, and continue with the rest of their flight into the rest of into this win. Yeah, 13k ahead. Things are looking pretty guaranteed here, as we have our team win chance quickly approaching 100%. 6% for the Radiant here at the current point in the game, but who cares about statistics? DY actually managed to spot Chalice here with this Sentry Ward, tries to pop another one to find him, but Chalice is smart, goes down the opposite direction, and manages a sneaky escape. The rest of Vici Gaming, though, trying to collapse into this jungle. Actually, I'm going to be the smart person to leave. Chalice also going to be the smart person to leave. Azame. How much farm can you get, buddy? You already deleted the Rubik. What more do you want? Yeah, he's just splurging. He had the money to buy the Orchid, and it's another way to interrupt and like a longer disable, especially against people who don't do anything except cast spells. So like bash isn't really even necessary as long as they don't have any way of like purging the silence. Necrophos, however, does have that Lotus Orb, so he still is able to escape with his 4-staff Lotus Orb combo. The Ghost Scepter is available for Paparazzi, so don't know how well the Orchid's working out, but we'll see. Probably definitely want a Basher instead next time though, so keep that in mind for those of you who are watching this game and want to play a Phantom Assassin game. But he opts for the Bloodthorn as a way to supplementary crowd control his enemies who aren't overly reliant on things outside of their spells, though they are reliant on items, I will mention. But it also comes with the additional Chrysalis from the Bloodthorn crafting recipe too, which enables Phantom Assassin to have a higher chance to crit. Obviously, the Chrysalis and Bloodthorn crits aren't going to be as potent as the Coup de Grace. Coup de Grace? Coup de Grace? Coup. Whatever. The crit. Yeah, it's not going to be strong, but it's still a pretty potent crit. 175% damage. It's not too bad. It's not 450% damage, but then again, nothing else in the game is, so we'll see. Pause comes out from both sides, though, as Vici Gaming kind of having some connection issues. Paparazzi going to disconnect and reconnect shortly. Looks to be a visual bug, probably for Paparazzi. Quick disconnect should fix that, as should it fix for you if you are ever in a game and experience a visual bug. For example, if your Morphling is stuck as a Nyx assassin inside of him. But who am I to make assumptions here? Let's assume LGD haven't broken a Rax yet, so they can't go for the Shrine. As we get back into this game here.
Let's get on with
14k still, so the gold lead hasn't really expanded beyond what it is already. Things are looking pretty bad, though. As Vici Gaming really need this Paparazzi boy to come online, but he only has Lincolns and a Ghost Scepters for all defensive items. DY has Tranquil Boots, no Force Staff in sight, nor Glimmer Cape. His Force Staff, however, is available on Ori for save, which is the safe laner, by the way, if I might add. Whew, yeah, who's your hard carry? Is it this guy who has all defensive items, or this guy who has all defensive items? Which one is it, Vici Gaming? Which one is it? Because Paparazzi's being a heckin' greedy boy right now, and I'm not seeing the payout anytime soon with these items. Looks like he's going shotgun. I don't approve of that. Ame already has BKB, so he already denies it. It's just burst. I mean, like, if anyone reacts in time, then, like, See, Paparazzi is probably relying on the burst to surprise someone or for him to kill a support. In all likelihood, he's being optimistic and saying if he can get a good burst combo in, he can, like, completely delete a support from the fight. Or just get a pick off on the side lane. But I wouldn't expect it to, as the good game call is not there. They're good to go for this pause. Still taking forever as it's not going by. Let me try and skip past this. Maybe perhaps not skipping past all the way, but 10 seconds perhaps. Nope, still in the pause, still in the pause, still in the pause, still in the pause. Wow. This is long. Oh, the reconnect. The reconnect. He's good. He's good. He's good. He's good. Let's go. Tactical pause, by the way. Vici Gaming, like, what are we gonna do? All right, everyone just TP. As looks like Paparazzi gonna commit his buyback going in favor of this. Ame going for the quick blink strike. Didn't even get to catch, but DY is dead. It's over. This is the point in the game where you regret ever considering that PA was a hero in this game. This is the point where you regret ever making PA a hero in this game, as the Ice Blast narrowly misses Yang. And this is the point where you reconsider your choices about what you're doing with your life and why you choose to bully people like this. Like, he can get 5% more proc too. Like, what the heck? This guy gets 15% lifesteal as a talent, 4 armor corruption, 4 armor gone, immediately. You know how much this guy has? 7 armor. You know how much this guy has? 11 armor. You know how much this guy had? 5 armor. He had 1 armor by the time he was done with him. Oy. Fade's also gonna have 1 armor by the time he's done. Another pause again. Fade, obviously, Vici Gaming's having some issues with connection, being over in the wrong room, maybe. Have you tried turning your Wi-Fi router on and off again? Try disconnecting your Ethernet cord and replugging it in, but
Let's get on with it.
I kid. Looks like they're good though, as double damage is spotted by Fade. Paparazzi gonna be able to pick that up, but LGD Xnova narrowly misses the Morphling on the map there as they walk up through the river, potentially looking for these bounty rune spawns in 15 seconds. Fade, however, gonna be here. Nope, never mind. Paparazzi realizes the danger. Spidey sense goes off and he's out of there. TP'd straight away. Rest of Vici Gamer playing it safe. Paparazzi does have his E-Blade with no backpack gold in sight, 400 gold away, so should be farming for that, as Dagon is coming next for Ori here. At least some damage finally coming out. And what does Yang have? Yang has a pipe. That's okay. He's going Axe next though. I guess that's the best thing he can do. Like, I mean, you get a Crimson, that's okay, but that's only against PA, and everything else is magic damage, so the pipe is the better choice. And the overall damage reduction, I think, is better from the ulti than the Crimson Guard, because it's, like, more general coverage. But, both teams kind of in a position to be dangerous here. Fade does have Vendetta available. Not sure if anyone else knows that on, LGD, but LGD are just going to let Chalice lead the way, just run through the jungle real quick and clear some vision. Doesn't have a gem, so he's not walking up to any wards, but the Heartstop Roar not going to proc the stun onto Ori, so an unsuccessful attempt overall from Chalice there. As we do see pings out onto the ward spot, potentially indicating that there might be a ward there, but there's no ward in sight. No one's there. Unfortunate. As Ame is going to go for that Roshan here. Look how fast he does it. It's already half health. I think he got like... Yep, that's 2 blink strikes, I think. 2 blink strikes with the DPS. A couple lucky crits. That's it, though. The scan comes out a little late from Vici Gaming as the Aegis finally gets claimed by Ame. Chalice going to get that Vendetta hit combined with the Ice Blast and the Impale. Never mind, it's just an instant crit from Ame. Another instant crit from Ame. Killed DI. That is so sad. Imagine just buying all these items to be defensively capable of living and just not living. That sucks. Blink from Chalice, come out with the Yule Scepter, Impale, perfectly timed, landing on to Paparazzi. That's going to be a dead boy. And a puddle of water, as the E-Blade is not enough to save him. Unfortunately for him, Shotgun, Morphling, not the best defensive options. But, yeah. That's about how good this game's going. Goes to show you how good Morphling is. But, 23k. That is one of the larger leads I've seen in these past couple games. Most other games generally being pretty close. But LGD pretty confident in their late game here.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's
Can't expect much else in the way of retaliation as the Hoof Stomp comes up from Yang. Probably going to be the last fight here. The Soul Bind going to go on to 2 members of Vici Gaming. Didn't even get to see him. The buyback, however, from the Necrophos looks like that was Ori and Yang. Couldn't picture it out correctly, but That was indeed the offlaner and the mid laner stuck together with the soulbind. So they are down. Buyback from Lori comes out immediately. Buyback from Yang, however, not available yet, as Ice Blast the only thing really committed. Chalice gonna get stuck in the stack star, but he's not really what you want. Ame stuck in the back. Scythe comes down to Chalice, but he's gonna use himself up. He's good to go. Or he's gonna get his low sword, purge all these status effects, and he's gonna be also good to go. PSG.LGD really just putting as much pressure on Vici game as they can. The respawn from Paparazzi, though, however, as Fade does have a long impale, as the dagger crit kills Fade in one shot. Ice Blast plus RP combination on the two others. That's going to be Paparazzi Nori going down. The GG call is out. That's going to be an easy game for PSG.LGD. A slow but easy game. LGD definitely being the one to play to their game plan that game, though I think the game plan definitely could have gotten accelerated a little bit if you didn't just dilly-dally so much in the mid game. Didn't really appreciate that, but overall a good showing from LGD. Not great from Vici Gaming. Pretty disappointed by what happened. I think they might have just been flustered and picked improperly, or didn't really kind of picture the right way these picks would play out, but you can really kind of just tell what happened by just looking at these graphs here. It's just a constant defeat after defeat after defeat. So PSG.LGD really taking a slow roll on that snowball there and clinching things out for game one. Going to be exciting seeing how things shape out in the next game. Hopefully Vici Gaming put up a fight. Otherwise we might see another clean 2-0 from PSG.LGD. But that's going to be game one. As always, appreciate all you guys' support. Please leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to do so. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if I missed anything, if I can improve on anything, as always. But I appreciate everything. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in game two. See you around. You didn't think I was going to say peace? Peace!